Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 10 rarest badges in Apex Legends. These are all badges that people have grinded either really hard for, got really lucky in getting, or they're just within the top 1% of Apex Legends players and they're just insane at the game, and Apex has rewarded them with these badges. Let me know down below if you guys own any of these badges. I'd love to know. And I have mad respect for anyone who does own these badges. Just before we get into this one, I have something really important I want to show you guys. Do you guys legitimately want to earn free gift cards by just posting game clips? Well, Fruit Labs is the place for you. You receive pips when you get views on your Fruit Labs videos. Pips are pretty much the currency that they use for this app, and then you can then go spend those on all sorts of different gift cards. And this is a 100% legitimate website. I'll have a link down in the comments for you guys or in the description. If you guys want to earn 500 pips, I'm doing a giveaway right now, so make sure to go enter that once you're all signed up. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. Coming in at number 10 is Absolute Monarchy badge. This badge was only available during the solos, a limited time event. You had to win at least 10 solo games with 10 different legends during the event. Now this is really hard to get at the time, as there weren't as many legends as there is now, and also Caustic and Gibraltar were not very strong at the time, and lots of team-based legends were pretty much useless at this point. And if you think about it, this is trying to get 100 wins on 10 different legends that you probably don't even play at all. I literally wouldn't even be able to get 100 wins in a couple seasons, let alone a couple weeks. So if you see anyone with this badge, I would recommend running as fast as you possibly can. But this badge definitely deserves a top 10 place, as it is super rare. I have played this game for quite a while now, a bit over a year, and I've only seen this badge twice in my whole lifetime of playing Apex Legends. Coming in at number 9 is the 20 bomb badge. This badge takes a lot of luck to get because you need to run into 20 people a game, and you actually also have to have the skill to be able to kill them all, which in my opinion is really hard, and I definitely have to give it to people who have gotten this badge. Great job. It's a very iconic badge that people think about when they think of sweaty Wraith players. I don't think I've ever run into enough people in a game to be able to get this badge personally, but I've definitely seen people who have. Coming in at number 8 is the 4K damage badge. The 4K damage badge is a bit easier in some ways and harder in others, because it's one that you really have to grind for and you need a lot of skill for. It doesn't take as much luck, in my opinion, as the 20 bomb, but it takes a lot more skill, in my opinion, because for a 20 bomb you could steal 20 kills and that's very easy, but for 4K you actually have to have the skill to do 4K damage in a game. So that's why the 4K damage badge is coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is the level 4 teamwork badge. This is where, with a full pre-made squad, every player gets at least 10 kills in a game. Now this is half of the lobby if you think about it, so that is pretty hard. Like, it's hard enough to get 20 kills as a squad and it's 20 bomb as a squad, but let alone get 10 kills each. This one's pretty similar to the 20 bomb, as it takes a fair bit of luck to run into this many people, and a lot of map knowledge as well, knowing where you'll be able to run into people every time. But it does also obviously take lots of skill, not just from yourself but from your whole squad, so you need to have a pretty solid squad to be able to get this badge, and that is why this badge is coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is the most well-known and feared badge, the Apex Predator. Whenever I think of this badge, I think of a sweaty Bangalore or Wraith, as that seems to be all I get in my lobbies nowadays. To become an Apex Predator, it takes lots of time and plenty of skill, as it means you're in the top 500 in the rank for that season. But honestly, I have lots of respect for anyone who is an Apex Predator, even though I do land on them and punch them. Coming in at the halfway mark in number 5 is the Baller badge. To get this badge, you need to own 125 legendary items. Now this is really hard to get, and very much luck as well as a bit of a money thing. It's one of those kind of badges that people use just to flex. But I got the biggest flex, as I have 5 legendary Mozam skins. This badge can either just be very much a luck thing of getting 150 packs, and a bit of a time thing as well, because you have to be able to play for a fair while. I think I had about 30 legendary items, and I am almost level 400 in the game. So it just shows how much time this badge can take. But then there is the other way that you can get it by just buying an absolute ton of packs and getting it through that. But I definitely respect anyone who has this badge, whether they bought it or not, because it's a badge that's pretty hard to get. Coming in at number 4 is the bonus round badge. This badge was only accessible during Season 1 Battle Pass, as you had to earn 250,000 Battle Pass points with 7 different legends. Now that in itself is pretty difficult, but what makes this badge even more rare is obviously that it was only accessible in Season 1. It's so much of a grind to just be able to do that in any season, but there was a lot less of a player base back then, and everyone was a lot newer to the game, so it was a lot harder to get that. So this badge is definitely worthy of the number 4 place. Coming in at number 3 is the Starter and Founder Pack badges. These badges are only for the OGs, the ones who started in week 1 and bought the actual badge. Now the reason why this is so rare, because it only costs money, is because the game was only about a week old. No one really knew if they liked it that much, so it was a pretty big investment to spend about $15 on a game you're not even sure about. So this badge is definitely worthy of the number 3 placement. Coming in at number 2 is the Wild Frontier Champion badge, level 5. This badge is the scariest badge in my opinion, as in Season 1 they had a solo game mode where pretty much you had to win a game with every legend, which was 7 different legends at the time. But that was just tier 1. To be able to unlock tier 5, you had to win with 7 different legends 50 times. Now personally, I don't even have 50 wins on more than one legend, and that is my main. And do remember, at the time, Caustic and Gibraltar were very, very underpowered and very just not overwhelming, very underwhelming, and it was pretty hard to get anywhere with those legends as they were very, very bad at the time. So you must show great respect when you see anyone with this badge, as it was freaking hard to get it. Coming in at number 1 is the Dev badge. Now this badge is the rarest badge, but in my opinion it's not the hardest badge to get, because obviously you have to be a developer to get this badge, and only the developers have this badge. But the Wild Frontier Champion level 5 badge, in my opinion, is harder to get, but obviously I had to put this one in here because we're doing a video of the most rare badges, not the most hard to get. But this badge is so rare that I have never actually seen it in game, so it definitely deserves its spot in number 1. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's watched this video. Tell me what you guys thought of all the badges, and if there's any other badges that you think should be in this list, I would love to know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. And if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to check out these ones.